Bengals Chiefs
Man.
next. We just did Jets Browns. Okay, so don't X off the Bengals and Chiefs again. All right, another backup quarterback. We're 3 for 4 here. We've got,
Pat Mahomes,
well, I guess
right?
two backup quarterbacks according to Jeremy. We've got Jake Browning and Patrick Mahomes. Where's my chart? Fifth worst matchup for Browning, 10th best for Mahomes. I have Mahomes still in the QB6 overall. Browning I have down at QB19. Don't mind playing Mahomes. This has bust potential written all over it. Like it's an easy matchup, but I think he's. I read somewhere that he only has 2 games of more than 20 points since week 8. So it's truly scary. And Jake Browning, unless you're in Superflex, I hope you're not playing Jake Browning this week. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, the matchup against the Chiefs defense is so rough. Like I don't know. You gotta have a better option. Or if you're rolling Browning as your QB2, you're just praying and hoping it works out because it sounds awful. We saw Browning struggles last week in particular, where after he came back the week before talking about you can cut me, like it's like, yeah, we kind of know who Jake Browning is. And yeah, Mahomes, I think more is just how many backup quarterbacks in the league and how lackluster the confidence is with quarterbacks. Once you get to like QB7 where I have Mahomes, it's just a lot of guys with question marks. So it's just that's kind of where you put him there by default. I don't feel great about that ranking, but it's really hard to move him outside the top 10. Like he's Patrick Mahomes. He does enough for you. But yeah, if you want to move him lower that, I'm honestly totally fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has been moving Patrick Mahomes outside the top 10 since the season started. But it's not his fault, right? Like no hate against Patrick Mahomes' game, but he's not getting the blocking. His receivers are dropping balls. Kelsey has fallen off the map since he's been swifted. It's ridiculous that like all of these things have come together to form this perfect storm to create like a mediocre Patrick Mahomes. He's only has 26 touchdown passes to 14 interceptions this year. 14 interceptions is his career high. 26 TDs ties his career low. So he'll obviously eclipse in the next 2 games, but he's going to struggle to hit 30 touchdown passes this year. And if we said that at the beginning of the year for Patrick Mahomes, I mean, that would have been blasphemy. So it's been rough out there. All of that said, the Chiefs can still turn into high gear once they hit the playoffs and win the whole thing. So it's kind of irrelevant for reality football, but for fantasy, huge disappointment. But yeah, you got to play it.
Yeah,
I am never having I'm never having Jeremy on fantasy court again because he will just shit on that player for the entire season. Out of spite, prove a point.
I mean, he's also right on it. He was 100% on it.
Running back. I know. I think I ruled in his favor, but running backs. 14th best matchup for the Chiefs. I believe it's CEH and only CEH. 19th best matchup for the Bengals. It's also only Mixon. Mixon I have as RB20. CEH I have down at 31, but I feel like that's low for a guy who's going to have the entire workload. So I feel like both of these guys are low-end 2s, high-end 3s. What do you guys have?
Wait, are you assuming that Pacheco's out?
Yes.
Because really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's nothing serious, and I don't trust Wednesday practice reports, right? Like, I don't want to hear about a Wednesday practice report because unless they're playing Thursday night, because for the entire season they've been sitting, resting veteran players. I get it. Pacheco had a nasty looking concussion, knee in the head without a helmet last week. I'm still holding out hope, but until I hear that he's not going, I'm not going to assume that he's out.
Team believes his shoulder may be potentially dislocated as well.
Oh, this is okay. Well,
that doesn't help.
Yeah, he is. It's not a good week for Pacheco. And yeah, like I think by concussions, you basically need to be cleared by Friday. So the fact he's missing practices and all the issues coming up, this is not looking good. But yeah, so for me, I have Mixon really high. I have an RB7. It's 100% volume play. There's only a few running backs in the NFL that are going to receive volume like Joe Mixon this week. So I'm chasing the volume with him. And it's not a terrible matchup. Like the Bengals, they give up points, then they get gashed on the running back. So this helps an inefficient running back like Joe Mixon because he can get yards and chunk plays in this matchup. So overall, I'm with that. I don't even know I have CH. He's 25, RB 25. And he's going to see the passing down work. Like I don't mind him at that ranking at all if you need to flex a running back.
Yeah, agree. I mean, 2 weeks ago against New England, he was the RB9 overall. Saw the work, I mean, and New England's no slouch on defense. So, hey, it is what it is.
All right. Wide receivers Fourth worst matchup for Jamar Chase, and the ninth best matchup for, well, Jamar Chase, assuming it's Chase, and ninth best matchup for Rashee Rice. I actually don't think it's going to be Chase, but we'll see how the ranks play out here. I have my highest ranked guy, and this is lower than I would have expected. Where the hell do you have these guys? Mine are all over the place because I don't know. Yeah. I don't know who's going to play in this one.
That's the hard part. Chase is dealing with a shoulder injury.
I have Higgins at 14, and I don't have Chase ranked. And for the life of me, I can't find Rashee Rice. Does he have an injury tag?
No, I have him at 10.
I have him at 9. I just didn't think he
was too high.
Yeah,
I was looking and I was like, "Mother of God, that's so high for Rashee Rice." Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of things working in his favor in this matchup, and particularly like Kelsey's kind of come back down to earth, so it's working for him. And yeah, like he's better than that guy for sure. So yeah, I'm on board with Rashee Rice this week.
Oh yeah, you're playing Rashee. Hey, as much as I love this guy, I did say a couple months ago, trade him straight up for Rashee Rice.
Yeah, if you could do that, you'd be looking great right now.
Yeah, you probably couldn't have, but you know.
Yeah, I tried to get him in that deal I did yesterday. It did not work out. The guy was like, "I'm not giving up Rashee Rice." I was like, "All right, fine, whatever. Let's make this happen." But yeah, like he's just really good. He's by far their best passing down option now. I think he's actually like I almost prefer him to Kelsey on a per play basis.
Oh yeah, and I mean the only thing to even remotely consider with Rice is that Cam Taylor-Britt is his window is open. He may come back this game, maybe not. Either way, you're playing Rice. I mean, it's just a matter of where you think his ceiling lies. The Chiefs probably won't need to be doing too much on offense. It's been the story of the season, right? Their defense can hold, especially against Jake Browning with no Jamar Chase. So even though you're playing Rice, even though he's getting probably at least 7 targets and potentially a lot more, is that going to translate? We'll see. But the good thing about Rice is they're manufacturing touches with him with short screens, and he looks great. So
yeah, that's what
Higgins
it is.
Higgins being covered by Snead, if there's no Chase, scares the hell out of me.
Yeah. You know what I like about Higgins, though, is he's a jump ball, big body guy, right? Like, I don't really care about that. I mean, Snead can body some receivers as well, but Higgins is just massive, right? Was he like 6'4", 220, at least 230 maybe? He's huge. So he's almost the equivalent, and certainly not all-around game, but at least in terms of the jump ball, he's like a Des Bryant, like contested catch type player, just goes up and rips it away. So I'm not so concerned about that matchup. But if Chase is in, obviously the volume may not go there, and that could be a concern.
Yeah, it works having Browning because Browning just chucks it. Like you've seen Browning make some ridiculous throws, and he bailed him out on one of them where he came back to the ball and made that ridiculous play. So yeah, it kind of works in his favor. Like he's willing to just YOLO ball, say, "Hey, you're down there, chuck it and catch it." So like I actually don't mind it either. I'm with you. He's my wide receiver 27 this week.
Like, moving on to the tight end, second best matchup for Kelsey, fourth worst matchup for Tanner Hudson. I have one as tight end 1, one as tight end 21. Do you want to guess which one's Kelsey? Okay, moving on. All right, kickers. We have 10th best matchup for Butker, worst matchup for McPherson. I have Butker as my 8 on the week, and McPherson down at where the fuck is he? Oh, 16. Down at 16. The DSTs. 16th best matchup for the Bengals, 18th for the Chiefs. I'm sure I have the Chiefs higher. I do. I have the Chiefs at 8. I have the Bengals way down at 28. I want nothing to do with them. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, I really don't want to play the Bengals defense. I'm with you. Like I really don't. It's the Chiefs defense is just a lot better. It's a better matchup and everything. Like Mahomes' effect is still real, so it's maybe it's a little bit more mental block than it should be. But overall, like I don't want to play defense going against Mahomes in playoffs, like for the championship. Like it's just not something I want to do.
Yeah, agree. And since Nick Bolton has been back, the Chiefs' defense just looks a lot better. So they're kind of back, right? Especially against Jake Browning. Like just fire him up.